Okay, we are live. Hello and welcome everybody to the first of many Critical Web Solutions webinars on how to maintain and modify your website. So first thing I'm actually going to do right now is just quickly log in. Excuse me while I move this microphone a little bit. I'm just going to quickly log into the website that we're actually going to be learning from. You can actually see this website in real time if you go to staging.koharuai.tv. I will link that in the chat. If you go to that website, you will actually be able to see in real time any changes that we make. So we're going to make changes to a brand new page. First thing I'm actually going to do is teach you how to make a new page. So let me just log in. I believe that's the password. Okay, that's not the password. Give me a second here, guys. Sorry about the stream being a bit late. That's actually due to... Oh, wait. We just got an error message. No, we're good. That was actually due to an urgent doctor's appointment, so I do apologize about that. Not to worry, though. Everything is all fine. Anyways, I'm just going to quickly bring up the login credentials so that I can get this site logged into so we can actually modify it and learn how to do it. Where are we? Just bringing it up now. I want to see completed. Yeah, completed. Let's have a look. Okay. Alternatively, I'll just reset the login credentials. Looks like I'm going to have to reset the login credentials. So while we wait, hey, look, I'll teach you guys how to reset the login credentials first. So what we do is you go to your websites, then wp-admin, like so. Very simple process. Lost your password. And this is where you simply type in. If you've gotten your website through Critical Web Solutions, we will actually have the username set to admin. So admin will do it. Alternatively, you can enter in your email address. So I'm just going to go admin. Okay. Let me just bring up emails. Okay, won't be long. It's always the way it goes, isn't it? Technology likes to make fools of us. Alright, let's get that there. Bring up the chat. So just to let you guys know, there is actually a chat box in the top right-hand corner of the screen. You can actually chat. That will display for me, and I will be able to respond to any questions that you have. So please feel free to shoot through any questions that you have. Alternatively, if I can't, yep, there we go. Okay, password, reset link. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Cooking with gas now. All right, so what I'm going to show you guys first off is I'm going to show you how to create a page. So this is the basic WordPress layout. Basically, you've got right down here, this is your dashboard first off, and then on the left-hand side, you've got your menu system. So to add a new page to your website, for instance, I'll just do a split screen here. For instance, I want to create a new page. I'm going to call it webinar. What we do is we go to pages, add new, like so. And we want to use the Divi Theme Builder. It makes things so much nicer. So Divi Theme Builder, we've clicked that, it pops up. You can see that you're in the Divi Theme Builder mode right here. So I'm going to call it webinar, and I'm going to publish the page first off. We'll just bring this in here. Now I believe we have a custom menu. So what we're going to do is very, very quickly, I'm going to show you how to add the newly created page to your menu. So we simply go Appearance, Menus, and here we go. So you can see in your menu structure, this is the main menu. This is the primary menu that will display in the header of your web page right here. So primary menu, so you've got Home, Live Streams, Schedule, Subscribe, Discord, Tip, Donate, and right here. Home, Live Stream, Schedule, Subscribe, Discord, Tip, Donate. So we've got the newly created page available under the most recent pages section right here. So you simply tick this box, nice simple little box, tick it, add to menu. And as you can see, just at the very bottom of the menu, it's added it. We can move that wherever we want to move it. Now, to make sure that it displays as a primary link in your menu, which is basically the first set of links that you see, you need to ensure that it's not indented. So for instance, here, if I save this menu and then refresh the website, you're going to see Home, Webinar, Live Streams, Schedule, Subscribe, Discord, Tip, Donate. So if we click on Webinar, it's going to be pretty much a blank page. That's what we want. That's what we're anticipating. Okay. Now, if I indent Webinar under Home, this is going to create a submenu item. So if I save this menu and I refresh the web page again, as you can see, we've now got Home, Live Stream, Schedule, Subscribe, Discord, Tip, Donate. The where we actually place that link is just here. You simply hover over Home and it will drop down with Webinar. Now, in most situations that will be animated just to sort of make it look prettier, feel more interactive and what have you. You can still click on Home, it will still take you to the home page. You can click on Webinar, it doesn't matter. You can add as many submenu items as you want. You can even add submenu items to submenu items. For instance, we'll indent live streams as a submenu item of Webinar. Save, refresh the page, Home, Webinar, Live Streams. Very, very, very simple to set up your menu however you want. Now I'm going to push that back. So I'm removing the indentation, which means they're now becoming root menu items. Done. Refresh. Done. As you see, Home, Webinar, Live Streams, so on and so forth. So I'm going to click on Webinar because we're going to mess with the webinar page. Okay, so I'm just going back to the page that we were editing, that we added. I'm going to click on All Pages. Now, as you can see, this is a list of all of the pages that are currently on this website. Discord, Home, which is set to the front page. This is important. This means that when you go directly to the URL or to the web address, this page will be the first page to display. Okay. Next up, live streams, schedule, subscribe, tip, donate, webinar. We're going to click edit on webinar. So you just hover on webinar and click edit. Here we go. Very simple. And we're using the Divi Theme Builder. So the first thing that you may notice is this looks weird. Let me explain it. Okay. So the blue part here is called a section. This is a section. This here is called a row. Okay, so the blue bit is a row, right? And then inside that, you set your columns. So clicking on add column or insert column, you've got one single column, half columns, so that's both 50% width columns, three 1/3 columns, which are both 33.333%. The last one will generally be 33.334% in width. Okay, and then you've got your quarters, which is 25% per row. Then you've got your non-standard rows, things like 2/3 and 1/3. So the first column will be 2/3. The second column will be 1/3. 1/3 and 2/3. So first column will be 1/3, second column will be 2/3. Okay, 1/4, 3/3, 3/4. Sorry, 1/4, 3/4, 3/4, 1/4, 1/2, 2 1/4, not to be confused with 2/4, 2 1/4 rows, and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple of these. So first off, I'm actually going to start with a full single column. And as you can see here, nothing much has changed. It just changes the wording to say insert module. So I'm going to click on insert module. I'm going to scroll down to text. Text is your standard, most widely used. And I'm just going to say, hello, welcome to the webinar. And save. Once we're done with that, as you can see here, we've got this text section here, which is a module. This is your module. It's inside of a column, which is inside of a row, which is inside of a section. Update. And we're going to go to the webinar page. And as you can see, hello, welcome to the webinar. Very, very simple. Very easy. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new row. And I'm going to do 1/3, 2/3. First 1/3, 2/3 is going to be an image. I'm going to select an image. I'm going to choose, so this is your standard selection. I'm going to choose this Critical Web Solutions image. Set as image, save. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to duplicate this text module and I'm going to put it to the right-hand side of my image. To do that, we've got this very, very simple little thing right here, little icon right here, which is clone module. So I'm going to click that and it will clone the module. Now that clones the contents of the module as well. And then I'm just going to click and drag. And I'm going to click update. And I'm going to refresh the page. As you can see, so we've got the first row, which is full width. So that will actually go for the entire width of the web page itself. Welcome to the webinar, standard text. The next row consists of two columns. One 1/3 column and one 2/3 column. The 1/3 column has our image. The 2/3 column has our text. Very simple. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to look at 3 1/3. So we're going to do multiple images. So I'm actually just going to duplicate this image module a couple of times. Chuck it in each one. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to duplicate this text module 3 times and just drag it over to each one underneath the image. Okay. Hit update and refresh the page. As you can see, we've got our full width 1 column, 100% width column. Welcome to the webinar. We've got our 1/3, 2/3 column. Welcome to the webinar and the image. Now we've got our individual 1/3 columns. So we've got our image and our text. Welcome to the webinar underneath it. There are animations that are automatically applied to images. We're going to modify the animation of one of these images. So we're going to choose the center image of the 3 column. So to do this, you bring up the options section or module settings by clicking the 3 horizontal bars. And we're just going to scroll down until we see animation. And we'll change the animation from, let's say fade in, save. And we'll change the animation of the right-hand side image from right to left. And update. Refresh the page. As you see, this faded in, sort of almost encapsulating the image that we put there. It's pretty cool. Isn't that something? Nice and simple. Okay. Now, the next thing that we want to do, now there's not actually a Woocommerce product setup on here, so we're going to do that right now. Let's see if we've got Woocommerce. We don't. That's fine. I will add the plugin. Woocommerce install. We'll do a quick install of Woocommerce. It doesn't take long. Activate plugin. So we've got our welcome to the webinar page. Nice and easy, super easy to use. Not right now. Skip that. Okay, so we've just activated Woocommerce on here. What we're going to do is add a product. Let's start with a category. We'll add a product category. Now this is great for e-commerce websites who want to say they sell paintings and they want to also sell paraphernalia like coasters. We could say coaster as the category. Add new product category. Done. I'll just add paintings. Done. Okay, add product. So that's underneath your products, add product. We're going to call this test item. Test item 1. This is my test item. I'm going to put that as a product description so you'll actually be able to see it. Now, everything by default is in pound sterling, so that's not a big deal because we've just sort of skipped the setup of WooCommerce. So we'll just change the regular price to, say, £5.99. All right. And product short description, an item. Keep it short. Now, what we want to do for this is we're actually going to make this a coaster. So we scroll down on the right-hand side, you'll see product categories. Click on coaster, like so. Just make sure it's checked. It's always good. Doesn't hurt to check. And we're going to change the product image. So you set product image. All right, let's just grab a an image from Google. Why not? Just gonna pinch this image here. Okay, product image, upload file, select, and click it. We're good. There we go. Couple of seconds and set product image. All right, that's cool. Nice and simple. Now, what you want to do if you want to publish the image, so or rather you want to actually publish the product to make it live. In order to do that, you just click publish. If you want to save it as a draft, say you want to do more modifications to your image, to your product because you're not quite happy with how it is at the moment, hit save draft and it'll be fine. Now, with WordPress, everything automatically saves, but it automatically saves every like 10 to 15 seconds. So you just want to be a bit careful. Don't rely on it. Don't rely on it, but it's nice to have it. Anyway, so I'm going to click publish. Now, you can also schedule a product to go live. So say, for instance, you've got a product, you've got the everything that you want. You can build it on WooCommerce and have it sitting there and all good. Then you can actually schedule it to go live at a specific date. It's really, really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to store. Okay, that's not right. shop. There we go. So we've got the product here under the shop section, which is pretty nifty. Simply click on it and it will take you to the product page. As you can see, you've got your description. This is my test item. Reviews are there by default. You can actually disable reviews if you want. Don't need to have them open. So £5.99. You can select how much you want. Add to cart, which is all good. Now we can't view the cart at the moment on this test version of everything and what we've been doing right now because we haven't created a cart page. But you will have a cart page if you've ordered through Critical Web Solutions. So you will have a cart page. So clicking on View Cart will actually take you to your cart and show you the contents. But as you can see, that is how to add a page, edit a page, and also how to add an item to the cart. Is there any questions at all? Please chime in. I'm going to turn this, I'm actually going to turn this webinar page into a contact page. Okay, and I'm going to delete all of these modules. Insert column, 1, single column, and I'm going to click on contact form. Okay, so when you've got your blank page, insert module, contact form. By default, it gives you your default setup. So name, email, message. Email here under your configurable options is the email address that you want things to go to. So sarah@critical.ws. Title is contact me. You can do a success message if you want to. So message sent. And you can disable it on individual devices, like say you only wanted this form to be used for just on the desktop. You can just tick disable on phone and tablet, and it will only display the form on desktop. So I'll hit save, update. I'm going to go back to the page now, refresh. And as you can see, we've got name, email address, message. So name, test, email address, we're going to do as test@google.com. This is my test message. And you've got what's called a captcha here. So, I mean, obviously the answer to this is 20. Submit. And we'll see message sent. That's our custom response, message sent. Now, when that comes through, I'll actually bring it up for you and show it to you how it looks. These are just pretty much the default configuration. Now, if at any stage that you want to ask a question, and this goes for you guys watching that aren't actually watching the webinar itself, but watching the recording of the webinar, if you want to ask a question, you can chuck it in the comment section, or you can just shoot it through to support@critical.ws. So that is support@critical.ws, like so. Now, there is a remote possibility that messages may be sent to your spam folder. So more often than not, in the situation that a message isn't displaying and you've sent it via the contact form on your website, it's likely ended up in your spam folder. So you'll need to check that. So this is basically our message. Who it was. This is the... well, that's the default email. It should be giving me the, oh, it'll be a reply to. Yeah. So it's using a reply to. So basically, new message from caroi.tv, contact me. So that's the form title. That's the message. And that's just the standard information that we need. Okay. There's really not much to modifying your web page and maintaining it. Generally, I find the most difficult aspect to maintaining your web page is creating your content. Trying to figure out what kind of content you think will work best on your web page and how you can best word it to try to get your sales pitch going and what have you. It's not the easiest thing to do, but there are options at which you can very cheaply get articles and content written for your web page. I might as well go through one of those options for you right now. So this is a website called Fiverr.com. And on this page, you can see a lot of stuff. So one thing that I generally recommend is you go to find a service and we'll go website content. I will write your SEO website content. I will write complete website content. There's all these people that basically for the cost of a large coffee will write you 300 to 500 words for content to be used on your webpage. So it's very, 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 very useful. It can be used to very, very easily create your content. Alternatively, if you want to order content creation through Critical Web Solutions, we can act as an intermediary, which also includes reviewing, and we can organize writers that we know to create your website content for you. If you ever want any information on that, I recommend contacting support@critical.ws or service@critical.ws. Okay, that is about everything. Have a look. Yeah, that is about everything. We will be constructing a more webinars to cover different topics about websites. If you've enjoyed this webinar, please leave a thumb up on this video. And if you've got any feedback, please leave it in the comment section below or contact us as well. It would be fantastic. So, we are Critical Web Solutions. We are a primary provider of internet services specifically relating to businesses in Australia and the world. We offer competitive pricing, so if you feel that you need to compete our pricing or put our pricing up against somebody else, please definitely feel free to. Thank you very much for watching this webinar. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next webinar that we'll be doing, which will probably be in about 2 weeks' time. Thanks very much, guys.